The house that walks at night. I do not expect you to believe me, but I will tell you anyway. There are things in this world that do not sit still, even when they are built to. I saw one with my own eyes, the house that walks at night. It happened in my village, Kuthama, a place where the trees whisper and the rivers do not forget. It began when a man named Baba Wande bought the abandoned house at the edge of the savannah. No one had lived there for years, and no one wanted to. The house had a story, though it had faded like an old footprint in the dust. Baba Wande, a merchant with little patience for superstition, paid no mind to the warnings. He was a practical man, and to him, a house was just wood and mud and thatch, nothing more. On the first night, Baba Wande slept peacefully, but the next morning, something was strange. The house seemed to sit differently, as though it had shifted ever so slightly in the night. He shook his head and blamed his tired eyes. The second night, a boy named Juma, who tended his goats nearby, saw something that made his heart pound like a drum. He swore that just before dawn the house had lifted itself up, yes, lifted like a beast rising from slumber, and moved a few steps away from where it stood before. Juma ran home, but when he told his mother, she only clucked her tongue and told him not to speak foolishness. But foolishness does not leave footprints. And on the third morning, there were prints in the earth where the house had been. Large, deep impressions, like those of an enormous bird or a thing that should not walk but somehow did. Word spread and the village whispered of old stories. Long ago, they said, a woman lived in that house, a woman who spoke to the spirits. She was shunned, feared. Some say she never truly left, and that her house walks in search of her. Baba Wande, stubborn as ever, refused to leave. He shouted at the villagers, laughed at their fears, but then the house began to move faster. It no longer waited for night. One evening, as the sun melted into the horizon, people saw it lurch, dragging itself inch by inch away from the village. Baba Wande chased after it, shouting, cursing, but the house did not stop. On the seventh night, Baba Wande himself was gone. The house had walked away with him, deep into the wildlands, where no one dared to follow. Even now, when the wind howls across the savannah, the elders say the house is still moving, always searching. And sometimes, if you listen carefully in the quiet of the night, you might hear it. Wood groaning, thatch rustling, heavy footsteps pressing into the earth. And if you do not follow. Some places are meant to be left behind.